Have you ever looked into a man's eyes and felt that something was there, yet he never said a word? Have you ever wondered why some men stay close, help you without being asked, remember small details about you, and still never confess their feelings? Most people believe attraction is easy to see. They think a man who likes a woman will simply tell her. But human nature does not work that way. A wise observer understands that people often hide their strongest desires. Fear of rejection, fear of losing control, and fear of appearing weak force many men to keep their feelings locked behind a mask. This is why the most important signs of attraction are rarely found in words. They are found in behavior. Machiavelli understood a powerful truth about human beings. People reveal themselves through actions, long before they reveal themselves through speech. A man may control his tongue, but controlling every instinct is much harder. His eyes, his attention, his habits, and even his smallest decisions begin to expose what he truly feels. The man who is secretly attracted to you often fights a silent battle inside himself. One side wants to move closer. The other side wants to stay protected. This inner conflict creates patterns that are impossible to hide forever. If you learn to recognize these patterns, you will see what most people miss. You will understand what is happening beneath the surface. Today, you will discover 13 clear signs that a man is secretly attracted to you. These signs are not based on fantasy or wishful thinking. They are based on the reality of human behavior. Some of them are obvious once you notice them. Others are subtle and hidden in plain sight. Pay close attention, because a single sign may mean nothing. But when several of these signs appear together, they reveal a truth that words often try to conceal. Attraction is not announced. It leaks out through actions. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for. The first signs may seem small, but they often reveal the deepest intentions. Sign number 1. He pays unusual attention to you. Most people give their attention only to what they value. Time is limited. Energy is limited. Focus is limited. Human beings naturally invest these resources where their interest exists. When a man is secretly attracted to you, he begins giving you more attention than he gives to others. He listens carefully when you speak. He remembers things that others forget. He notices changes in your mood, your appearance, and even your routine. This does not happen by accident. The mind follows desire. A man who feels nothing may hear your words, but he will not store them. A man who is attracted to you treats even small details as important information. He remembers your favorite drink, a story you told weeks ago, or a problem you mentioned once. He may not openly express his feelings, but his attention reveals where his mind constantly returns. In the language of power, attention is an investment. People do not invest heavily in what they do not value. If a man consistently notices details about you that others miss, it is often because his interest goes far beyond simple friendship. Sign number 2. He finds reasons to be around you. Attraction creates a natural desire for proximity. Human beings move closer to what they want and farther away from what they do not. A man who secretly likes you often creates opportunities to be near you without making his intentions obvious. He may join conversations that involve you. He may choose a seat closer to you. He may appear in places where he knows you will be. Sometimes these actions are so subtle that they seem like coincidence. But repeated coincidence is rarely coincidence at all. The truth is that attraction pulls people together long before they admit it. He wants access to your presence because your presence gives him emotional reward. Even if he says nothing romantic, his actions reveal his desire to remain connected. Watch what people do, not what they claim. A man can hide his feelings with words, but his repeated efforts to stay close often tell a different story. Sign number 3. His body language changes around you. The body often reveals what the mouth tries to hide. When a man is attracted to someone, his behavior shifts in ways he may not even notice. He faces his body toward you during conversations. He maintains longer eye contact. He becomes more aware of his appearance. He may straighten his posture, adjust his clothes, or seem slightly nervous. These signals come from instinct rather than strategy. Attraction increases awareness. Suddenly, Your opinion matters more than the opinions of others. Because of this, he unconsciously tries to present the best version of himself when you are near. Machiavelli understood that appearance is a powerful tool, because people naturally seek approval from those they value. When a man secretly desires your attention, his body often begins communicating before his words ever do. Sign number 4. He becomes curious about your life. Attraction is not only about physical interest. It is also about psychological investment. A man who secretly likes you wants to know more about who you are. He asks questions about your goals, your interests, your experiences, and your opinions. More importantly, he remembers the answers. Curiosity is one of the clearest signs of emotional engagement. People rarely spend energy exploring a life that does not matter to them. When he seeks deeper understanding, instead of keeping conversations shallow, he is often trying to create a stronger connection. He wants to understand your world because he hopes, consciously or unconsciously, to become part of it. This desire for knowledge is not random. It is driven by attraction, interest, and the possibility of future closeness. Sign number 5. He helps you without expecting a reward. Most people protect their time and energy. They help when it is convenient or when there is something to gain. But a man who is secretly attracted to you often behaves differently. He looks for opportunities to make your life easier. He offers assistance before you ask for it. He pays attention to your problems and tries to solve them. This behavior comes from a simple truth of human nature. When someone becomes emotionally important, their comfort becomes important as well. He may tell himself that he is only being kind, but if he consistently goes out of his way for you while doing much less for others, his actions reveal a deeper motivation. Attraction often expresses itself through service, because helping creates a sense of connection and value. He wants to be seen as someone you can rely on. He wants a place in your world, and usefulness becomes one of the ways he earns that place. Sign number 6. He reacts strongly to your attention. A person who feels nothing remains emotionally balanced, whether you notice them or not. But a man who is secretly attracted to you often changes when your attention is directed toward him. A compliment from you stays in his mind longer than it should. A simple message from you improves his mood. A small sign of approval seems to carry unusual weight. At the same time, your distance may affect him more than he admits. If you become less available, he may appear disappointed, distracted, or unusually quiet. This happens because attraction gives one person emotional influence over it. The more he values your opinion, the more power your attention holds. Machiavelli understood that people become vulnerable where their desires are strongest. A man may hide his feelings, but he cannot completely hide the effect your attention has on him. Sign number 7. He remembers the smallest details. Memory follows emotion. People forget information that carries little importance, but they remember what matters to them. When a man is secretly attracted to you, details about you become valuable in his mind. He remembers conversations that happened weeks or even months ago. He remembers your favorite food, your birthday, your goals, your fears, and the stories you casually mentioned. Sometimes he remembers things you forgot saying yourself. This level of attention is rarely accidental. His mind stores information about you because you occupy a special place in his thoughts. The average person listens and moves on. The attracted person listens and remembers. Every detail becomes another piece of understanding, another way to feel connected, another reason to stay interested. Sign number 8. He becomes protective of you. Protection is one of the oldest expressions of attraction. A man who secretly likes you often shows concern for your safety, comfort, and well-being. He checks whether you arrived home safely. He notices when someone treats you unfairly. He becomes attentive when you are struggling or facing difficulty. This does not always appear in dramatic ways. Often it is quiet and subtle. He offers advice when he thinks you are making a risky decision. He pays attention when you seem uncomfortable. He steps forward when support is needed. The important detail is consistency. Many people show concern once. A man who is secretly attracted shows concern repeatedly. His instinct pushes him to watch over something he values. Even if he never speaks about his feelings, his protective behavior often exposes them. Sign number 9. He gets nervous around you. Confidence is easy when the outcome does not matter. But when a person truly cares about another's opinion, pressure appears. A man who is secretly attracted to you may become slightly different when you are near. He may stumble over his words. He may overthink what he says. He may laugh more than usual or become unusually quiet. Some men become energetic. Others become reserved. The exact reaction varies, but the cause is often the same. Your presence matters to him. He wants to make a good impression, and that desire creates tension. This nervousness is not weakness. It is evidence of emotional investment. The more important the result becomes, the harder it is to remain completely unaffected. Watch for changes in behavior. If he seems comfortable with everyone else, but noticeably different around you, there may be a reason hidden beneath the surface. Sign number 10. He notices other men around you. Attraction naturally creates awareness of competition. A man who secretly likes you often pays attention to the people who receive your attention. He may become curious about your relationship status. He may ask questions about male friends. He may seem slightly uncomfortable when another man appears especially close to you. This does not always mean jealousy in the dramatic sense. Often it appears as increased interest or subtle concern. Human beings instinctively evaluate threats to what they desire. If a man has no romantic interest, he usually has little reason to monitor these situations. But when attraction exists, the possibility of losing an opportunity becomes significant. His reactions may be quiet, but they reveal that your choices matter to him more than he wants to admit. Sign number 11. He creates excuses to communicate with you. Communication is one of the clearest windows into hidden attraction. A man who secretly likes you often finds reasons to start conversations, even when there is no real necessity. He sends messages about small things. He asks questions he could easily answer himself. He shares interesting stories, jokes, or observations that remind him of you. On the surface, these interactions appear casual, but beneath them lies a deeper intention. He wants to maintain a connection. He wants to remain present in your thoughts. Human beings naturally seek contact with what they desire. If he repeatedly creates opportunities to talk without any obvious reason, pay attention. Attraction often disguises itself as ordinary conversation, because conversation feels safer than confession. The words may seem simple, but the effort behind them reveals far more than the words themselves. Sign number 12. He mirrors your behavior. One of the most fascinating truths about human nature is that people unconsciously imitate those they admire or feel connected to. A man who is secretly attracted to you may begin reflecting your energy, your expressions, or even your habits. If you speak softly, he may lower his voice. If you become excited, his energy may rise as well. If you laugh, he often laughs more easily. This mirroring is rarely planned. It happens because the human mind naturally seeks connection through similarity. Attraction creates a desire for harmony. The more emotionally engaged he becomes, the more likely he is to align himself with your behavior. Machiavelli understood that influence grows where similarity exists. People trust and feel comfortable around those who appear familiar. A man who secretly likes you may not realize he is mirroring you, but his subconscious mind is already trying to build a stronger bond. Sign number 13. He looks at you when he thinks you are not watching. This may be the most powerful sign of all. When people believe they are being observed, they control their actions. They manage their expressions. They wear social masks. But when they think nobody is looking, the truth often appears. A man who is secretly attracted to you frequently watches you during moments when he believes you will not notice. He studies your expressions. He pays attention to your reactions. He observes you when you are focused on something else. Then, when you suddenly look in his direction, he may quickly look away or pretend he was focused on something different. Why does this happen? Because attraction creates fascination. The mind naturally returns to what it values. He enjoys seeing you, understanding you, and being aware of your presence. His eyes reveal where his attention truly belongs. While words can be carefully controlled, attention is much harder to hide. A man's gaze often exposes feelings that his voice never dares to express. Now step back and consider the larger picture. Any single sign on this list may have an innocent explanation. A helpful man is not always attracted. A curious man is not always interested romantically. A nervous man may simply be shy. But when multiple signs appear together, a pattern begins to emerge. And patterns are far more reliable than isolated moments. Human nature leaves clues. Attraction leaves traces. The wise observer does not become trapped by words alone. Instead, they watch behavior over time. They notice consistency. They study actions rather than promises. This is where true understanding begins. Machiavelli taught that people reveal themselves through what they repeatedly do, not through what they repeatedly say. A man may hide his feelings for weeks, months, or even years. He may convince himself that nobody notices. Yet his attention, his effort, his curiosity, and his behavior continue exposing the truth. The heart often speaks through actions, long before the mouth finds the courage to speak through words. If you recognize these signs, you gain something valuable. Clarity. You stop guessing. You stop chasing illusions. You begin seeing people as they truly are. And in a world where most people are distracted by words, the ability to understand actions becomes a powerful advantage. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more powerful insights on human nature, psychology, attraction, and personal power. Share this video with someone who needs to see it, and leave a comment below telling us which sign you have noticed most often. Until next time, remember, those who understand human nature gain an advantage that others never even see.